Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Case by Case. Amy here with Streets of Bakerfield.
You can call me Christine. It's so weird.
Christine. Welcome in, everybody. So today we're going to go over the audio of the phone calls that Rick Allen made to his wife where he supposedly confessed, and Christine, with her in-depth knowledge of Haldol, being in the medical field, she's going to explain the uses, how it's administered. She's going to explain the side effects. We're going to just get into all of that because we feel it's necessary. Hi, everybody. I posted the link for Saturday's live at 8 p.m. It's a later live stream simply because Dr. Silkman is in Australia, so he's technically in the future. So our 8 p.m. is like his 9:30ish a.m. So
it's only 5 o'clock for me.
Yeah. So 8 p.m. is where it's at, and Andrea Burkhart will be joining us.
That's so awesome.
It is so awesome.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be a very informative live, and
it's going to be really cool. I'm really excited about it. I've been posting about it everywhere.
Dr. Silkman has a presentation. I think it's about between 20 and 23 slides that he's going to go over. He worked in a DNA lab himself for, I believe, somewhere along the lines of 20 years. He's also a professor there in Australia. He's taught all different variations of techniques of DNA. He's going to get into how DNA is tested, what the results mean, and then he's also going to, and especially with what was presented at trial. And and Andrea is joining us because Dr. Silkman has used Andrea's, hold on, sorry, my phone's going off. Sorry, guys. Dr. Silkman used Andrea's reporting from the trial about the DNA. So the two of them are going to be able to collaborate really well and discuss the case and what was presented at trial, the testing. And I have posted a kind of like a questionnaire on the community page. We will not be taking a lot of questions from the chat. We're going to keep it uninterrupted as possible while the two of them discuss everything that they want to discuss. At the end, before the evening is over, that's when we'll open it up to questions. And I will be making a list of questions that you guys post on the community page, and I'll be pulling from there. And depending on time, we might take some from chat. It will just depend. I just want this to run smoothly, and it's going to be very educational. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good live.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I've even been telling the construction workers at work about it.
I'm sure they really care.
I've grabbed two of their phones and made them subscribe to us so that they'll get the notifications.
Oh my God. They're probably like, she is a little crazy.
They love me because I can't write them up.
Okay, so Cherie's going to be joining us. As soon as I see her pop in, I'm going to add her. Give me 1 second. Christine, take over just really quick. I need to pull in one more video that I want to play really quick. And yes, Andrea is super, super smart. So I'm going to mute myself and take myself off camera while I pull this in. It'll take me like 1 minute.
Does anybody have any questions? You can put them in the chat. I see your questions on StreamYard, so it takes a minute for them to come in. How is everyone? We've been having a good day at work. I mean, about the Haldol in Los Angeles County and City, we can't even use it anymore. And they stopped using it in like the 80s. It was too unreliable. And it was just a pilot program in response to PCP. And it was creating some issues here in our city. So we had a pilot program, but they don't use the site cocktail anymore. When I work for the county, I usually like to do Versad nasally. That way you don't get bit, but it's a benzodiazepine. It has a more reliable reaction time.
Why don't you, can you explain to them when you were explaining it to me about, I think you called it piggybacking? Is
So
that what you called it? When it's administered versus like being administered in hospitals or on the street versus them administering it in a prison?
yeah, so a clinical dose of Haldol, which is what Richard Allen is getting, is different than what is given like in an emergency medicine setting. Haldol has a lot of side effects. You can get tardive dyskinesia. You can get extra pyramidal effects, which is restless leg. It can cause people to become really restless. It can cause repetitive movements like sticking out your tongue or, you know, you're banging your head back and forth, which can become really dangerous. That can start to compromise your airway. Um, there's just so many side effects with Halidol that to counteract that, we give an anticholinergic, which is usually Benadryl. In the cocktail that they give on the streets, how I have done it, it's 2, 2, and 2, 2 milligrams of Haldol, 2 milligrams Ativan, and then 2 cc's of Benadryl, which is 15 milligrams. But it all comes in one cocktail, like one, and we give it at once, all at once. And the reason why we do that is because Haldol is the molecular structure of it is very unsophisticated. It is a dopamine inhibitor for the D2 dopamine receptors in the brain. Uh, but it's very unsophisticated. So usually there's other medications piggybacking it all the time. I guess but Haldol's cheap and it gets the job done. I don't know if they thought the Prozac would help with the dyskinetic reactions, but I don't know. I've clinical settings is a lot different, and I'm surprised that they gave it to him in a clinical setting with some of his health problems that he has. It definitely should not be given to patients with stents for sure. Um, there's a lot, mind you. A paramedic degree is an AA. It's an associate's, so I'm not going to be as attuned to it as a psychiatrist, but from what I know about it, it's just very unsophisticated, like barbaric, not barbaric. Barbaric's not the word. It's just a very unsophisticated psych drug. And it's really old. It's been around a while. It's a first generation. The second generation psych meds are a little bit better, which is why in LA County and LA City they use benzos now.
Somebody asked, what is the difference between emergencies versus what RA was given? Like,
So
why would Haldol be administered in an emergency versus them just giving it to him because they felt he needed it?
So it can be used clinically, therapeutically for some people, with his, whatever symptoms he was displaying. When you get into prison, you're giving an original, a psych assessment, I'm guessing, and whatever symptoms he was presenting there, I'm guessing is why they decided to use the Haldol. In the streets, when a patient presents, uh, just very, very combative, aggressive. That's why I like to use the Versad nasally. It keeps you from getting bit or attacked. It's a lot easier. Um, it's hard to do an IM for someone who's being combative, but I will say when the decision is made to give the cocktail, it's so that we can make them more compliant for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, clinically, some people find it, or I honestly don't know it. They find it therapeutic. You could, I know he was getting the inject like the 21-day injection or the 30-day injection or something like that. So that's definitely more of a clinical use of Haldol. Um, I'd be interested to actually look into like how that releases itself or how it is effective for that long. So but yeah, I know that the recommended dose therapeutically is 2 to 5 milligrams every 4 to 8 hours with a maximum dose of 20 milligrams a day. That's therapeutically most of the time how it's used. I don't know. The shots is usually for people who have a hard time taking their medication, so I don't know.
Well, he didn't. I guess he didn't want to be injected. So I wonder what the dosage was at each injection. If they were doing a 2 week dose versus a 30-day dose. I mean, that I would think that would have to be a high dosage, wouldn't it, for it to last?
That's from my understanding of it. It, but I don't know the receptor. Like, there's a lot more involved in the pharmacology of it than what I'm familiar with, like receptors and what part of, neural. I don't. So there's a lot more involved than what I'm not like an expert. We do have to learn about it, contraindications and molecular structures and stuff during paramedic school, but like as far as like pharmacology, um and using it therapeutically in a clinical setting, I'm not as I know the side effects of it, and it's still amazing to me that they just gave him Prozac as and we call it piggyback. I don't think they call it piggyback in like the non-emergency world, but it just seems odd that they used Prozac as the piggyback. It feels like they should have used something else. And with
Does
his heart problems, I'm surprised they gave it to him at all.
so? I just had another question and it completely slipped my mind. Defies Logic in the chat is asking, does it, it makes them more compliant? So would it make him more receptive to suggestions,
Oh
such
yeah,
as,
in the when I was preparing for this today, I was going through my paramedic textbook, and I would call my boyfriend because he was my paramedic instructor. And the when you look at like the in the book, like think reasons to give more compliant and more suggestive are actually two things listed in the textbook of reasons why you would give a Haldol.
hmm? Now, when you like, so when you're in an emergency situation and you're on the street,
Uh-huh.
like out in the field,
Uh-huh.
and you have had to administer Haldol, is it does it how what is the time frame of its effects? Is it something that takes hold right away, or is it something that over a course of hours do you start to see the patient like
You
calm
start to see
down?
the
Or,
you start to see the effects immediately, but I don't think that's the Halidol in the cocktail. I think that's the Ativan and the Benadryl. The Ativan takes about 10 minutes to fully absorb, and it takes about 30 to 60 minutes to reach like optimal plasma level for absorb. I forget what that word is. I was just reading it. So it takes about 30 to 60 minutes for it to become peak plasma concentrate. So, but yeah, the textbook literally says reasons, and the reasons to give is more compliant and more suggestive.
Well, we are going to do, so they said do a before and after pick of his condition. It speaks volumes. It absolutely does. And we're going to do that right now. We're going to watch a compilation of clips of him from his interrogation videos. And then we're going to go into his phone calls to his wife and his mom. So I'm going
I've also,
to.
one more thing in my notes. When I was in Tom Webster's chat the other night, there were some people who were being really insistent that he had severe issues with alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
which could cause a central nervous system depression. I didn't see that because in the videos, usually people with a central nervous system depression, from what I have seen personally, have a hard time regulating their emotions, their coping skills, and he took that beating from Holman pretty well. I wouldn't think, based on my experience working in rehabs in the early parts of my days, uh, and what I know.
What happened to your audio? Did we lose her? She works out in the desert, so she might have lost the signal. As soon as she fixes it, I'll bring her back in.
So
In the meantime, we will. Are you there?
yeah, sorry. Did
I
you?
didn't,
Can you not
huh?
hear me?
No, yeah, your volume cut out.
Oh, sorry. I think it picked up the. We just had a bunch of guys walk in the office, so hold on.
Well, I'm going to cut to the video for a minute. It's about, I think it's like 6 or 7 minutes long. So we can get a good idea, like immediately back to back, Rick's character, his verbiage, his voice, his demeanor, all of that right before we go into the prison phone calls where he does some so-called confessing.
I can't either, hon. There's two explanations. One is the bullet didn't come from my gun.
It did though, honey. They've got ballistics on it.
I get that. Then it didn't come from a murder scene. I don't know what else to say. I get that. I get what they're saying. What I'm telling you is, if that bullet came from my gun, there's no way it was found with their investigation for the murders. There's no way. I can't explain something I have no answer for. They want you to think that I done it. That's what this is all about. They want you to come in here and make me believe that you think I did it, and I know you don't. You know me too well. You know I'd never do something like this, or even be involved with something like this. So they're probably going to come and take you away from me and go at me again. So just tell them you want an attorney, and they'll have to let you leave. Don't worry about me. I'm trying to, I don't know what they're doing.
Yes, you do.
There is no way that evidence is going to show that I did
Right
this.
fucking here, Rick.
You got one piece of evidence
I got
that I
multiple
can't explain.
pieces. Multiple. I'm not showing you my whole fucking hand here.
I don't care. I'm
You
telling
should
you I'm
care.
done
And
talking.
now you're gonna drag your fucking wife and your daughter through this because you're too fucking bullheaded to get out in front of this and admit that you made a mistake. And whatever the fuck happened out there, we'll never fucking know because you're too big of a fucking bullheaded. Go ahead.
So tell you I did something
Tell me
that
the
I
truth.
didn't do.
The truth, Rick. I don't want to know.
I've told you the truth and you don't want to hear it.
The evidence tells me otherwise. The evidence clearly indicates you're involved in this.
No,
I
it
said this-
doesn't.
It fucking does.
It doesn't. I'm telling you that there is no way that a bullet from my gun was used in these murders.
And I'm telling you that we had this fucking round on February the
understand.
14th, 2017. It's been secured in a fucking laboratory. And we've tested other guns.
I understand
I'm
what you're
telling her.
saying.
I want her to hear this,
I
Rick.
understand what you're saying. What I'm telling you is I can't explain something I don't understand.
Oh, the scientists
That's not
explained it
possible.
for you. The lab analysis of analysts have explained that for you. They're saying that this round, without a doubt, came from your gun.
Then
And you told me-
you've taken it from somewhere else then. Because it's not possible.
I did not take it from somewhere else. It was logged in. It was taken as photograph. You think we fucking went and stole your fucking round and threw it down by a fucking dead girl's foot? This ain't fucking TV. This is realistic.
I understand.
We collected that fucking item on February the 14th. We didn't take it from anywhere
Okay.
else but that fucking scene. And we didn't take your gun from anywhere else. We took it from your fucking house.
I'm telling you I can't explain something.
And I'm telling you the fucking analysts explain it. You can't get past this.
Can you please let my wife out?
Absolutely. Come on, Kathy.
I love you, baby. Can I kiss her?
Yeah, kiss her. Do the right thing, Kathy. Tell him to do the right thing.
She knows I will.
Yeah, do the right thing. You're going to put your family through this for no reason. What?
You're gonna pay for what you're doing to my wife.
What am I doing?
You wanna
What?
fuck with me, but you leave my wife out of this. Leave me out of it.
No, you're involved in this. You're fucking rounds there, Rick.
No, it's
I can
not.
see you're getting pissed off. I
I
understand.
am pissed off. Did you not see my wife?
Did you not see these fucking two girls dead?
No,
That's what happened. You got fucking pissed off at them. You fucking dragged them down a fucking hill, and you fucking killed.
I didn't,
Don't fucking tell me you didn't.
I didn't kill anybody.
Bullshit. Fucking upset for a reason, not
Because you guys are trying to kill somebody.
You're trying to tell me that I'm not making this fucking round shit up, Rick. It is what it is.
I'm done talking. Arrest me.
Happy to. Be fucking happy to, because I tried to fucking help you and you wouldn't fucking do it.
Oh, you're helping me.
Guilty, and I know it, and I'm gonna fucking prove it.
Okay.
And I'm not paying for any of this shit. You're paying. This is on you. This ain't on me. It's fucking on you, Rick. You had your fucking opportunity. Fuck.
Yeah, so there's that.
You know,
Like-
he's maintaining his composure pretty well.
He is, but his
The stress
facial
he's under.
expressions are so blatantly like, he's like, no words. Like, I have no words to even
Yeah.
respond to this right now.
Yeah.
And what would you say? I mean, sitting there as a human being, if you are innocent, what would you do differently?
Yeah, and I saw it in another, someone else was saying, look at how many times he looks at that picture. Look at how many times. And it's like, imagine you're pulled into an interrogation. You have no idea what's happening, and they're telling you the bullet from your gun is at a crime scene and there's a picture of it right there, I wouldn't have even like glanced. I would have picked it up. I would have looked at it close. Like I would have taken a picture of it with my phone and blew it up and been like, tell me that's my bullet. How is that my bullet? I want to see my bullet. So the fact that he glanced at the picture a couple times is not a sign of
I mean,
guilt.
this would be a completely different case if the ballistics on the bullet didn't require the bullet to be fired multiple times to get those extraction
How
grooves
many
in the
times did
bullet.
that? How many
I think
times did that one ballistics expert say a bullet needs to be fired to get an accurate? What was it? I forget. There was like a number of
I
times.
forget the exact number. I do believe that the lab tech who did the testing, who claims she's never been wrong in any of her analysis of any
Of
case.
course, she hasn't. Never.
She had to fire it. I think she said 5 or 6 times to get to be able to duplicate those extraction marks. Okay, because they need that bullet saved their case. If you believe that Libby said that be a gun,
I
if
think
there was
that's why they
no
told.
that be a gun, any random bullet casing, unfired, unspent, all the different bullet shells they found out there in that area. This is why that PCA is so important, because everything that's in that probable cause affidavit is weightless.
Mhm.
If you take away that be a gun and the bullet.
I think Becky
Not,
was told that that's what they said. I don't know how many times they were allowed to listen to it. It took a normal person a bunch of times to listen to it, like in order to be able to hear clearly what was said. I think Tony Liggett or someone told Becky that there was a gun. You know, I'm sure somehow Becky found out there was a bullet at the scene. I'm sure the family knows a lot more than they're saying. And then that be a gun was told to her. So I just think that that was put out there because that's what she was told.
there's no way in hell. There's absolutely no way in hell, because you know that because for 7 years, 8 years, we were told that that statement was made. So when I watched the video, the actual video of Bridge Guy from Libby's phone, I heard it. That be a gun. But it only took me about 24 hours of listening to it on repeat over and over again to hear clearly that's not what she was saying. You cannot tell me that them listening to this tape for years didn't realize, okay, that's not what she's saying. Some
Yeah.
people who heard it for the very first time, really, like on the very first time, she said that we go down, the path that we go down.
Yeah.
And then when you listen and you weigh those two statements, you're like, that is exactly what she's saying.
Do you remember when you called me after I listened to it
Yeah,
and I was like, I think she says that we go down. I was like, I
yeah.
don't hear that be a gun. And she's talking about the path. It wouldn't make sense that she'd say that be a gun. It would make more sense that she was talking about the path.
She says that we go down. There's no doubt. And
Yeah.
there's no doubt in my mind that throughout the course of this investigation, those law enforcement officers who had the ability to listen to that audio knew that that's not what she said. And they pretended to let it to be a fact.
That bullet is all they had.
That bullet is all they had. And then these confessions, which they did not have prior to the probable cause.
Yeah. I mean, Lesenby sat with a bullet on his desk. I don't think it was the same bullet, but there's a reason why he put a bullet on his desk. I mean, obviously, the bullet from the crime scene was probably in evidence somewhere, wherever it was, but there's a reason why during that interview he just put a single bullet on his desk. So I think they've had it for a while. I don't think they just pulled it out of thin air because, I mean, there has been a reference to it in the past, but. We just didn't know what we were looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think that's all they had. I think
Mm-hmm.
that there was a lot more evidence pointing to him not being bridge guy than being bridge guy. I don't know the exact science behind
Well,
the metallurgy of bullet extractions and all of that, but I mean, I've been shooting. I've, you know, had a bullet fall out of the chamber and I've picked it up. Like, I don't know what that does to the bullet. It doesn't seem like it would do very much, but I mean, I'm not a scientist. The scientist,
well,
when we listen to the Jerry Holman interview again ever, we should play a drinking game. And every time Jerry Holman talks about the scientist, you gotta take a shot. He'll be fucking plastered by the end of this.
right. Defies logic. I think the jury, I believe they got to hear it during the trial. I want to say at least 3 times, because they played the enhanced video, they played the bridge guy video. Maybe it was only twice at trial, and then I believe that was one of the things that they requested to view again, during deliberation. So I would say maybe 4 times they got to hear it. Um, but I can't imagine in a courtroom where the audio is not the greatest to begin with that you could clearly hear. I mean, you have to watch the video and listen very closely to the audio with it. And I mean, initially I thought she said that be a gun. I thought she was saying it like under her breath, like that be a gun, kind of. But she was kind of like reiterating to herself, they can't go down here. This is the path. And then she's questioning herself that we go down. That's what she says, that we go down. There's no doubt. And I haven't heard any of the people address that who claim that they still believe that Richard Allen is guilty.
Yeah, I have found the people who are in like think vehemently that he's guilty. They're not very um, sophisticated thinkers. There's not a lot of layers to their understanding of normal everyday things.
Well, let's get into these. Hey, USA Libertarian, RC99. Hello, welcome in. Let's jump into these audio calls, and I will stop for just a moment after each call and address any statements in the chat or take any comments. And Christine can give her opinion on his demeanor and the way his speech and how he's behaving on the phone.
I'm not saying anything, but if it gets to a point that it's too much, you just need to call the investigators and tell them to come and get me and bring me to you, and I'll tell them whatever they want me to tell them, because whatever it is they want me to say, I'll just say it.
No.
I want to be able to make this stand for you. And for everybody else concerned because of this. I love you too much. And every time I talk to you, I feel like it's going to be the last time I get to talk to you.
I know. I wish I could hug you.
I can't explain what's been going on.
Oh.
And I don't want you to worry about me.
Yeah.
I'm a man and I'll take care of myself, but I'm worried about you. And that's all I do is worry about you. So and you let everybody else know how much I love them, won't you?
You need to hang in there, honey, okay?
Huh?
You need to just hang in there, because they're going to get you an attorney soon, okay?
Will you just let everybody know how much I love them?
Of course I will. They already know, hon. They all know.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Nobody loves me anymore.
Stop. That's not true.
I know. I'm
Not
sorry.
true.
I'm
Not
sorry.
true. Okay?
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Okay.
I know what you told me. I know what you told me, and I believe you.
Yes.
I just, knowing I'm never going to see you again, or at least it feels that way. I'm just saying, if it gets too hard, just tell them to cut and get me, and bring me to see you, and I'll tell them whatever they want me to say.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. I don't need you to try and be strong for me. Okay? You need to be weak. You need to be held. You take care of yourself, okay? Okay? I know. But you need to get the help you need. I can't hug you. I can't tell you anything that's going to make you feel better. So please just make sure if you need Mom or Britt or anybody that you're going to them, don't wait.
Okay, I know.
Did you go back to work?
No.
Okay.
They don't want me there.
They don't?
They're afraid for me.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. They're afraid for me and they're afraid for themselves, so
Okay.
just do the best I
I
can.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baby.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I'm sorry, baby. Just one more thing. I fucked up for you. I just love you so much, babe.
I love you too, honey.
Okay? I'm not gonna keep calling.
No,
I wish I could see you, babe. You don't know what I'd give to see you just one more time. Because I don't know that I'm gonna make it. But you just know that if anything happens, I'll see you in the next lifetime. I swear I will, okay? Okay. You take care of the family for me. I love you all.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Okay. Bye-bye. It's good to hear your voice.
I love you too, sweetie.
Okay. It's going to cut us off here.
Okay, I love you. Okay.
I love you.
I love you, honey.
I love you. I'll hold on.
Thank you for using GTL.
Don't feed the trolls.
Well, I appreciate somebody coming in here with a difference of opinion. So I'll just speak my mind to Jay Wetzel. I think that's how you say it in the chat. I respect the fact that you come in here and you're speaking up. I just disagree. It's not a matter of the seriousness of the case being surrounded by Bridge Guy and that being the focal point. 4 days after the crime, when he speaks with law enforcement, he's coming forward. He had already discussed it with his wife. He reported to her that he was there. But if he wasn't involved, he wouldn't know the ins and outs of the crime. He wouldn't know how this case was going to develop and unfold. So him saying he was there and what he saw while he was there and the time frame that he was there tells me that he's being forthcoming about the situation. Now, if he was worried about being accused of being Bridge Guy, he would have never even admitted that he was on the bridge. In fact, if he had committed this crime, he more than likely probably would have never even told his wife that he was at the trails that day. Him telling her is what eventually turned this into what it is, because she said they want you to come and speak to them because you were there. So he did. What I have a huge problem with is the fact that you have Dan Doolin, who comes back from vacation, hell bent on helping this case and going out and interviewing people. And he supposedly interacts with a man who not only claims he was there at the exact same time as the murders, was wearing the same exact clothing, gives him his phone, his EMI number, and all of that, and he walks away and forgets about it for 7 years until good old Kathy Shanks finds the so-called half-assed report or tip that he took back to the, how convenient, this one particular tip he didn't record when he supposedly recorded all of the other interviews. He then goes back, puts the interview into the computer system, and then shreds his original notes. And then forgets this man even exists.
And then
Like,
they tried to spread the narrative. Oh, he didn't talk to Doolin. He talked to Skinner. Oh, that's classy. Blame it on a dead guy. Like, no, it was Deputy Dewey, and he fucked up.
Richard Allen was at the trail that day, and he might have walked out to the first platform. But you know what? The state did not prove their case. They did not. Everything about this case is smoke and mirrors. I'm sorry, but it is. The bullet is BS. Everything surrounding the investigation, all of these other people that they interviewed, that they, once again, how convenient, lost 70 days worth of interrogations and interviews, and then never felt the need to repeat them. Like, what have they been doing for 7 years? What have they been doing for 7 years?
I think they're just really late. I think
I
they're crooked, but I think they're incompetent and lazy as well. I think they've just run amok for so long and just had so much power for so long. It didn't even occur to them someone would question them on it. That's why Mullins laughed like a little girl on the stand.
Well, there's too many things surrounding this case to question. There's too many lies, too many games, too many underhanded play cards that have been used and played not only by the prosecution but also by the judge. And here is my plea or my public service announcement to everyone who thinks that Richard Allen is guilty. If he's guilty, let's have a fair trial. Let the evidence come in. Let everybody who is a third-party suspect be presented in front of a jury, and let the jury decide on a fair trial. This was not a fair trial. They literally had to suppress every single thing that they themselves had pursued over 7 years. They didn't want any of that to come in. None of it. For 7 years, their entire investigation went out the window. So that's all. I think that is what everyone here on my side of the fence is asking for. Prove it. The state did not prove it. They put a false narrative in front of a jury. They put lies. They put a fake timeline. We know now. What do you say about the timeline? The girls were dead by 2:32. Brad Weber's van didn't even pass the surveillance camera until 2:44. Then his phone connects to his Wi-Fi at his residence at 2:50. And then I want you to go out there to the Monon High Bridge, and I want you to cross it, and I want you to go down that hill and stand there on that private drive and tell me where Bridge Guy had those two girls down the hill, and when Brad Weber passed them, he didn't see them. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go to hide.
And all of this in complete silence.
All of it is
silent. No one heard a thing.
Silence. And you've got people up on the bridge immediately after the girls went down the hill. That's all that I'm saying. A fair trial. The state didn't prove it. And if you all are this competent, and I respect your opinion, well, you know what, Jay? He might not ever see the light of day. But if our justice system is real and it stands for justice, he will. He will get another trial. So, I mean, you're welcome here. I'm not. I don't want to argue with you. I'm just going to kind of respectfully combat you on my opinion. I respect your opinion. If you believe that they have the right man, so be it. And if you do, then you should have no problem with him being given another trial with the circumstances being fair ground. All the evidence gets to come in. Third party suspects get to come in. That is an absolute constitutional right that a defendant gets to put on a defense.
I've never heard a judge tell a defense team before that they can't use their defense strategy. I mean, maybe it's happened, but I've never heard a judge come out before a trial and say, yeah, no, you can't use that strategy. Like, a defense strategy is a defense strategy. Like, that's up to them. You gave them discovery. This is the strategy they came up with. Who are you to tell them they can't use it?
Well, she did a lot of nefarious things in this trial, and I am praying that the appellate court, just based on the four corners of the document, within the transcripts and the trial and all of the rulings, I mean, I have never seen a judge over the course of a year deny motions and never once hold a hearing and do the things that she has done. And I mean, when you go back and you look at the trial itself, I mean, she was allowing state witnesses to testify as experts, which they were not. And then every single thing that the defense attempted to get in, there was an objection on out of the scope. You know, they could open the door to anything they wanted. You know, the sticks being used to cover the bodies, and undoing, but yet that wasn't opening the door for the defense to put on the stand their interpretation of the sticks. I mean, it was ridiculous. And if you are a person who believes that Richard Allen is guilty, then you should be completely confident in a second trial resulting in the same outcome.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Because it's the families. They love to put on the skin suit of those little girls so that they can cloak themselves in justified or whatever righteous indignation.
Mm-hmm.
It's really gross. They're fucking stupid.
So this phone call was heartbreaking to listen to, and I'm assuming this is the start of his unraveling. So we'll go into the next one, and I'm sorry the audio is not that great. There was nothing I could do to enhance it.
This is a prepaid debit call from
Ricky.
Hey,
Hello.
good morning.
Yeah.
How are
Good
you?
to hear from you.
Yeah. Been trying to get a hold of Kathy all morning, but this stupid phone system doesn't seem to be working right about half the time.
It cut us off Friday, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I got a hold of her once today, and then it cut us off before I had a chance to really talk to her, and I haven't been able to get her back since. So.
Okay.
I was just curious to see if it would let me through to you. So that's good.
They had a lot of real bad storms.
Oh, in Delphi or?
Well, in all of Indiana. There was tornadoes and everything.
I thought I heard something about tornadoes. I know we had We had a little bit of hail at one point, but
I
haven't slept all night.
They may not have internet or anything either.
You still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, if you talk to Kathy today and I haven't yet, just tell her I'm okay, and I'll talk to her as soon as I'm able to get through to her.
Oh, okay. I will.
All right. Hey, are you going to church today?
Yeah.
Good. Where are you going to church at? I didn't even know you were.
It's Story Church. It's there at the Roxy Theater in Peru.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Why there? What made you decide to go there?
Colleen, my friend, he started going, and I started going after I wrecked the van.
When did you wreck the van?
Oh, it was in February of last year.
Oh my God, you've been going to church that long?
Well, I've been going probably for I'd say since last summer.
How did I not know you were going to church?
Well, I just started going,
crazy.
and then I decided I needed to get back with God again.
That's
And I
good.
figured He's been sparing my life for a reason all these years.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I did because I wouldn't have made it through all this without Him.
Yeah. So, did Kathy tell you that I told her the other day that I accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as my Savior?
Oh no! That's so wonderful. Oh.
I didn't know. She told you or not, but God's really important to me right now. I just, to hear you say that you've been going to church for that long again just makes me happy.
It makes me happy. And that Kathy's going and all that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can go on all day, but I'm going to try to get a hold of Kathy again, and if not, then I'm going to fall asleep at some point because I haven't slept. So
Yeah.
hopefully I can get a hold of her before I fall asleep, but if not, I know that I've talked to you and that you'll let her know that I'm okay now.
I will.
I've got a family that's always going to love me no matter what, and
Yes, you
and
do.
I've got God, so, and I know that Kathy's got God and you've got God, and
Yeah.
that's good enough for me. So
Yeah.
I know that He is not going to let this last forever, and
No, it's
that
not.
we're all going to be back together eventually.
Yeah.
He'll make that happen. It may be today, it may be tomorrow, it may be 6 months from now, it may be when we're together again in heaven that it's going to happen. And
I just think God's
just
going to
keep
work
my
a
faith
miracle
and-
through all this.
Yeah, I think He already has. I mean, Kathy sent me a Bible. I didn't accept God into my life until March 21st of 2023. So that's, what, a week ago, week and a half?
Yeah.
And I never would have done it if I hadn't started reading the Bible. And I wouldn't have read the Bible if Kathy hadn't sent it to me. And
She's been trying for a long time to get one to you.
And I questioned, when I called her and tried to tell her that I had accepted God, I struggled to know if it was really this Bible and if this was actually a Bible, because I don't know if you know this or not, but the Bible that she got me doesn't even say the Holy Bible on it, on the front.
Yeah, but it's just worded so you can understand it better.
Sure. I didn't know if you knew that. It just, on the front it says the message. So after I accepted God into my life or accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior and got into my life and told Kathy that, she told me that she had to convince me that I was actually reading the Bible.
Yeah.
And then I asked her where she got the Bible from, and she said that Dr. Frank had given it to her.
Yeah.
And so today I was calling her because I wanted to make sure that the next time she saw Dr. Frank, I wanted her to thank Dr. Frank for saving my life.
Oh.
By giving her a Bible.
Yes.
Because otherwise, I probably wouldn't have a Bible today.
Yeah. She had been trying to see if one of the lawyers could get one to you and that. But she really wanted you to have the one she'd been reading.
Okay, well, I'm going to go now and try to get hold of Kathy, and if not, hopefully I can get a hold of her tonight, because I'm probably going to fall asleep at some point.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too, Mom. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, thoughts?
I think that a lot of people give him flack for finding God in jail, and the family. Obviously, people in their hardest times turn to their faith. That's why there is faith. Believing in something that you can't see is a thing for a reason.
Defies Logic is asking if this is before or after the Haldol. You know what? I'm not sure. I do have somewhere. I can't believe I forgot that I have this. I have the list of his medication schedule somewhere in this computer, and if I can pull it up, I'll post it on the community page. So you guys can look it over. But I have a schedule. I'm not sure. I know in April, I believe it was in April, the beginning of April, when the Haldol was administered and the confession started. And he was just talking about accepting Jesus. And he said he did it last week. What date did he say in March? I think it was late in March. So he might have already been administered his first dose, because it seems like from here he just goes downhill.
It is a bit of a ramble too. You know what I mean? About the Bible and saying the message on the front. That could, yeah, I mean, he could be on the Haldol at that point. He's kind of getting stuck on one subject, obsessing over it is something I've seen before.
Obsessing over a subject?
Well, just the Bible doesn't say Holy Bible on the front. It says the message. And when did you start going to church? And why did you choose that church? And just like, you know what I mean? Just so focused on one subject to the point where he didn't even remember his mom had gotten in a car accident.
Yep. All right, we'll go on to the next one.
Honey,
Yeah.
are you there? Are you there?
Yes, babe. Yeah, babe.
What's going on?
I just wanted to apologize to you.
What's going on, sweetheart? Are you
I
not
did
feeling
it.
well? You did
No,
what?
I did it.
What?
I killed Abby. I killed Abby and Libby.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't, Darren.
Yes, I did.
Don't say
I don't know why.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Darren. You're not feeling well. There's something wrong. They've messed up your meds or something there.
No, I mean, I evidently did it.
No, you didn't. Why would you say that?
Because maybe I did.
No, you didn't, dear.
I think I did.
No, you didn't. They are screwing with you there, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. There's something wrong. They are messing with you. They are messing with your mind.
Did Dad tell you I called?
Yeah.
What did I say to him?
I don't know. I talked to your mom, but she called me in, and we're just worried about you because something's not right.
Is there a way to talk to Dad?
No, honey, I'm not with them right now. And there's something wrong. They're screwing with you there.
What did I say to Dad?
They have done something to your food or they've done something to your meds. There's something wrong. Don't you ever say you did anything, because I know you didn't.
I think I did.
No, you didn't. Why would you say that?
Because I think I did.
No, you didn't. You know you didn't.
I wish I could say I didn't. I don't know.
You don't know. See, exactly. There's something wrong. They're screwing with you. They're trying to get you to say things. They're trying to mess with your mind.
No, I deserve it, I guess.
There's something wrong. No, you don't.
I just wish they would kill me or let me apologize to the families at least.
Dear. Don't talk anymore. Just don't talk anymore, okay?
Oh, I'm sure right.
Don't talk anymore. I need to get hold of somebody there.
Thank you for using GTL.
So it sounds like she hung up on him.
She was probably instructed to do that by the attorneys because they know everything's being recorded. And that's why she says they're messing with your food or they're messing with your medicines. I'm sure the attorneys told her that. Now, if he calls you and he starts confessing, understand that he's under, deep medications and blah, blah, blah. They're not feeding him or something. There's
Mm-hmm.
a reason why he started eating his own feces, and hearing the conversation from Kathy, it's obvious because he was weird. I mean, he was weirded out by the Bible. He wanted to make sure it was the actual Bible. I'm sure he was scared that they were trying to put stuff in his head. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Well, and they were listening to these phone calls in real time. I mean, they were getting notifications when these calls were initiated, so they could listen in real time. And I mean, for anybody who has ever followed foul play, which is where Dr. Silkman is the founder of foul play, on those jail recorded calls, um, you can absolutely tell in real time and in real life how they're utilizing those phone calls to work against him. For example, Stephen Avery was, they owned a junkyard, a salvage lot. They had a lot of land, and the dad was going to put up the land for collateral to get money to hire good defense attorneys. And the prosecutor, Ken Kratz, in that case, before they even had the opportunity to do that, he went and hired some sort of a company that went out and supposedly deemed that the land where the junkyard was contaminated land, and didn't have any value. To stop them from being able to raise the money to hire a defense team. So they were listening to this, and I'm sure they were making adjustments between Dr. Walla, the conversations that she was having with him, and it sounds to me like he's very impressionable right now. Like, if someone told him that he did this or he did that, he would probably lay there in his cell for 2 or 3 days and hallucinate about it, thinking that it was a real life thing. Um, this is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. One of the comments I saw up here was about from Oh Hey Christina, my grandma was given Haldol after a routine procedure. We only just found out she was limp, folded over in a wheelchair for a month. We never knew people were given meds so they're less trouble. Yes, yes, that's one of the very sad things about our system is if you are non-compliant or not, not giving consent, or they'll find a way, even if they have to knock you out to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's nurses and people who are going to disagree with me every time I say it. There's some flippin' nurse coming. Yeah, I know, sweetie. I know you're the bestest nurse of all, and you would never do such a thing. But yeah, in the real world, on this planet I live on called reality, nurses do that shit all the time.
All right, we'll go on to the next one.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Are you there?
I am.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
Oh, it's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear your voice, baby.
Oh, you doing okay, hon?
Oh, I might be now.
Okay. Well, I'm supposed to be meeting Brad here at a gas station to sign something, so I didn't know what that was about. But are they gonna move you?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think maybe I'm losing my mind, but I'm not sure.
Oh no, no. No. So they allowed you to call, or have you been able to and just couldn't?
Oh, great. This is the part where it gets weird.
Yeah. I'm right here.
Oh. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on, hon?
I don't know. I just think maybe I've lost my mind.
Oh, no, honey. We've all lost our minds at this point.
So Brad and so I can trust Brad and Andy then?
Yes, you can, sweetheart. Yes. Let's not talk about anything that we don't need to, but no, there are lawyers, honey. There are lawyers.
Well, I need to tell you something anyway.
Okay. Are you sure you want to talk to me over the phone?
I think I have to.
Okay.
I need you to know that I did this.
What? No. No, you didn't, dear. There's no way. There's no way, dear.
Love me.
Dear, there's no way. Okay?
I hope you still love me.
I always will go love you, honey, but no, you have not done anything. And I think you are not well. So you don't need to be saying you did something you didn't do.
Well, hon, this is the first time I've been able to talk to you, and I've been trying forever.
Were you just not allowed to call me, or?
I don't know what's going on, hon.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to lose my mind now, though.
Well, don't. I'm supposed to be meeting Brad here for some reason, so I don't know anything about that.
I've been asking for personal visitation, and that's not going through, and
I know.
then it's taken me, feels like it's taken me forever.
You have 1 minute remaining.
It's okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to be at peace with things.
Honey.
That's huge right there.
And I had a dream that I needed to let you go, and I didn't know how to let you go, and
Well, then you're dreaming stuff again. Okay? That's all it is. You don't be talking about anything on the phone.
So is he saying that he had a dream he had to let her go, and he thinks that by telling her he did this, she would go away? He would be letting her go?
Yeah.
It's kind of the way that it sounds to me. And these phone calls are short. GTL, your phone calls are 20 minutes long. This was not a 20-minute phone call.
Yeah.
Let it finish.
Negative like that. Okay?
but I have to let you know that I did it, hon.
Dear, no, you didn't. There's no way. There's no way.
Thank you for using GTL.
I'm going to let the next one play.
Hey.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
I need to know if you still love me, baby.
Yes, dear.
Okay. And everybody else will as well? Honey?
Yes.
Because I may have to spend the rest of my life here, or...
Stop talking about it, please. That's not true. Okay?
Okay?
I don't understand. I just got to know that everybody's still going to love me.
I love you.
Because I may only be able to see you one last time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you. It's not true. No.
It's true, honey.
No, it's not.
It's true, honey.
No, it's not. You're not well, sweetheart.
I'm well.
No. No, you're not.
Yes, I am, honey. I just hope that you'll still love me, because I may only, if I get the electric chair, or if I get the death penalty,
No. No, honey, that's not going to happen. No.
If it does, will you be there for me?
Yes. It's not going to happen, dear.
Do what?
Nothing. This isn't right. They messed you up so bad.
It's okay, honey. I did it.
No, it
I did it, dear.
Stop.
I cannot stop. I've got somebody here listening to me right now, dear.
No. I did it. Okay.
I don't.
Oh, you did it, dear. There's no way.
I killed Abby, dear.
No, you didn't. Stop. Stop saying that. No, you didn't.
I knew I was supposed to let you go. I was trying to let you go.
Stop. Dear, we're going to be back together.
You have 1 minute remaining.
I hope you're always going to love me. No matter what. Will you always love me, baby?
Who's with you? Who's with you? Who's with you? Who's with you? You need to stop talking. If your lawyer's not there, you need to stop talking. Who's with you, honey? Who's with you?
Thank you for using GT.
Huh.
It's rough to listen to. Kept saying, he says, I can't stop. Someone's here.
She said, she said, stop talking. And he said, I can't stop. Someone's here listening right now. So I don't know if this is the phone call that Walla helped him make or what, but
It's, I don't have any professional opinion about the way he sounds and the effects of the medication. I mean, the only thing I can say is that one of the things I've seen when Haldol's been given is the slow, intentional speech. And he definitely, during his interrogation with Jerry Holman, Jerry Holman, he kept saying, "You want me to confess to something I didn't do. That's what you want me to do. You want me to confess to something I didn't do." And Jerry Holman kept telling him, "If you tell me what you know, I'll help you. I'll help you." So I think at this point, his mind he just wants everything to end. He just wants it to stop. Whatever's happening to him, he just wants it to stop. I'm sure no one's being nice to him. Everyone's treating him like he's an animal. And he wants it. He's at his wit's end. He wants it to stop. Anything he can do to make it stop. And Jerry Holman told him specifically, "If you confess, I'll help you." So that's where he's at.
This is.
I made some notes this morning when I was going over all this. One of the side effects of Haldol is priapism. I don't know if people know what that is. It's a prolonged erection without arousal. So it kind of, when I read that and I was talking to my boyfriend about it, it kind of makes sense that like he would say something like, "I cheated on Kathy with a cigarette," because if like a hit of dopamine got through because he thought about cigarettes, and it created an unexpected uh unexpected reaction. He in a state of mind he was in, he could think that he cheated on Kathy with a cigarette. It would explain some of the other behaviors that they were describing of him, which is one of the reasons why there's a piggyback for Haldol.
Hey, Christina says Criminal Network said he was paraded around naked the entire prison with a dog collar and leash. Do we know if that's true?
I don't think so.
I don't know if that's true. I do know that there was, and this is from a good source, from somebody who was actually in Westville during the time that he was there, in the same unit, and this person was not a Richard Allen fan. This person was laughing and bragging about the fact that the other inmates were not allowing him to sleep. They were being allowed to go over and bang and kick at his door and scream profanities at him and just basically terrorize him.
That's torture.
Yeah, a lot of the times. And so I do believe that happened, but I don't know about the parading around the prison. But they have said that he was shackled and he was taken wherever he was going, that he had that dog, like that collar on with a leash. The warden even admitted that at trial, although he tried to downplay it and call it something sophisticated. And
all of it has a sophisticated name. Even
yeah,
being hogtied there's a sophisticated name to it.
Brad Rosie was like, "No, let's just call it what it is. It was a damn dog leash."
Yeah. When I hear something sensational like that, I usually like to check it first. But if you've heard it, then yeah. I can't even imagine. I know some messed up stuff happens in California state prisons. And I know I know some messed up shit happens. But I can't even imagine a guard getting away with walking a prisoner around naked with a dog collar. Like, I can't. Maybe it happens. I've never. I don't fucking. It's like medieval out there. And I know I sound so like California liberal, but like I can't even imagine them getting away with this in California. They would have burned down the city right now if this was happening in Los Angeles.
These small towns. These little small communities. I think that's why, for so long they were able to get away with so much, and then they got super lucky with the judge they were handed.
Oh yeah, she is prosecutorial. Blah. She's friendly with prosecutors. Never mind. Fuck.
Prosecutorial misconduct.
Prosecutorial.
Misconduct. Misconduct.
You should
Okay.
try to see me doing a skills exam orally. And
All right.
that's
I'm gonna play the next video.
Hi.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, how you doing?
No, I'm all right, I guess.
Yeah. It's good to hear your voice.
So did Kathy tell you that I did it?
We're not going to discuss this, okay? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. We love you. You know that, don't you?
Regardless?
Yes.
And do you know if Kathy's okay?
Kathy's doing okay. We've been holding each other up.
I'm just worried that you guys aren't going to love me because of the fact that I said that I did it.
Ricky, I just know you're not in a good place right now. And I'm praying for you, and we will always love you. No matter what. But just saying it doesn't mean you did it.
Well, it does when I did.
Rick, don't talk like this. I think they're just messing with you.
No, Mom, they're not. I love you, though.
What are you doing? I love you too, hon. I just know you don't have it in you to do something like that.
Mom. I wouldn't sit here and tell you I did it if I didn't.
Well, if they're messing with your meds and all that, yeah, you would. But we're not going to discuss the case anymore.
So if I did do it, then you guys don't love me anymore?
I will always love you no matter what.
Okay.
And that you can count on that.
Okay.
There's nothing that would make me ever stop loving you.
It's good to know.
Are they letting you call again?
Well, right now I am.
Have you gotten any of my letters?
I'm not really getting mail anymore. Again.
I write you every day.
Great. There's something else to share with my therapist.
Oh, they're letting you talk to her again?
They always have been letting me talk to her.
Oh, just once a month or on a regular basis?
No, she's coming and seeing me every day.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
All right. Well, I'll let you go.
Okay, hon, I love you.
Yep. Tell everybody else I love them.
Okay. Bye, hon.
Bye. Okay.
At the end of it, he was saying something. Okay, I did it. Can I have my privileges now? Hello.
If he's in his cell using his tablet,
Who's he talking to?
who's he talking to? Like, okay, I'm done. That's
Mm-hmm.
strange. That's a telltale sign right there. And that does make sense. I mean, if his mom's writing him every day and he's not getting mail, um, he should be able to call out from his tablet every day that he has his tablet. Why would they be limiting his calls?
I don't know.
Oh my
I'm sure
God.
that's one of the. I'm sure we should get. And you're gonna have to do a thumbnail, and I'm gonna have to do the thumbnail, so we can get twice the thumbnails. But I want to get. Hold on.
I mean, it's blatantly obvious what they're doing here.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many different variables, just person to person, with the medications he's been giving and the stressors that he's under. We don't know what happened, all throughout the day. What happened in the morning. Did someone, were people yelling at him? He just wants it, he's just looking for acceptance somewhere, and he thinks that he'll get it if he confesses. Like, I don't know. But I can't, I mean, he's traumatized. He's in shock. He's being given medication. The wife and the mother keep saying they're messing with your meds. I know that he was on meds before that. So if he's already on a, regimented, regimen of medication, and then they take him off of that and put him on all these very, unsophisticated, psych drugs, I'm sure that and you can tell he's trying to hold on to his sanity. He knows that there's something wrong, but he's trying to hold on to it. I don't know.
Hmm.
I just don't know how you can listen to those I mean, with all the variables involved, it's just it's a
And
very,
take them to be truth. Like
yeah,
I there's
like God's honest truth. Like, I'm gonna stick my head up Becky Patty's ass and lick her duodenum because I think that this is the truth. You know what I mean?
it's ridiculous. Oh, and ran amok. All right, let's go on to the next one.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, you still there?
Hey. Yeah, I'm here. Mhm.
Oh,
Need to get you some coffee.
yeah.
Get your coffee or snacks or whatever you need, babe.
Oh, I hate spending that money when I don't even know where it came from.
It doesn't matter. It's in there. I wouldn't worry about it. Somebody's thinking of you, so I wouldn't question it. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, Lord. What a mess. Good grief. Just when I think I've got everything, I don't understand my thought process on clothing. I really don't.
Mm.
Stupid. It's stupid. Trying to get better about that. Lord. Here we go. What did you have for breakfast or lunch today?
Oh, had some kind of eggs this morning. It looked like
Yeah.
something fairly normal. So we're talking to you.
What, sweetheart?
So it's just kind of weird talking to you.
Why? Why would it be weird?
I don't know, it just everything's weird in here anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I've lost my mind, found a hell or something.
Well, you're kind of living it right now. It's not a good place to be in. Not a good place at all. And I don't have much say in anything, I'm sure.
But you know that I done it, right?
Dear, I don't want to talk about that. Okay? Want to have a good conversation between us? No, just don't. I guess it doesn't matter what I think, but
Of course it does. Just in a really frustrating spot right now.
right.
I said I'm just in a really frustrating spot right now.
Mhm.
And I know that that's nothing compared to where you're at, so I'm not
No.
trying to.
No, your side is a lot worse than mine. I have freedoms that you don't have, so I'm not going to go there. I feel guilty about that.
I don't know why nobody will talk to me and be honest with me.
You're not going to get that there, dear. They've already got the mindset. Don't care. You didn't do it. That's just proven. You're just another number. But
Just don't feel like anybody's willing to be honest with me anymore. Like everybody's afraid to hurt my feelings or something.
I just think people have to be very careful when they talk. And we all do. If I can get a chaplain in there to pray with you, would that be okay? I mean, I've been trying to get a hold of somebody, but of course nobody ever answers. You have to go to voicemail, and it's full. So, but if I could get
I had
somebody
a chaplain pray with me once, but it just doesn't seem to help me any.
Well, and it's okay because, I mean, praying to yourself is going to be very helpful. It's helped me immensely. And there's plenty of people out there praying for you. So you just got to pray the bad thoughts away, hon, and try. And the demons are fighting hard to get you.
I know, I feel like they've already gotten me. I'm already in hell.
No. Well, you're kind of in physical hell right now, but your soul doesn't need to be. It's God, not anybody else's. I hope you understand that.
Yeah. I'm sorry I ever questioned the Bible that you got me about asking it. So I've got another one in here now. It says the Holy Bible, and it says basically the same.
Thank you for using GTL.
Kathy Allen sound like when she's telling him to be quiet, she doesn't sound like a woman who thinks her husband did it and is trying to stop him from confessing. She sounds like a woman who's been married to a man for 35 years, knows who he is, and knows that there's, she doesn't come across as a woman who's worried her husband is actually confessing. She sounds like a woman who knows that he's being messed with and isn't going to let his conversations with her.
I mean, she really handled this. I know a lot of people have scrutinized her, but I think that she handled this the best way that she could in this situation.
What was that?
I said I think that she handled this situation the best way that she could.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
And
mean, telling him to stop talking and not trying to divulge details. It's just heartbreaking. What did he say? Is anybody going to be held accountable for this absolute criminal injustice? Bell Mayhem, we hope so. It's my understanding that Kathy Allen has a civil case that she can file now based on the treatment of Rick and the solitary confinement of 13 months. And they tried to skirt around the rules of that because they were saying that those rules don't apply because he was considered to be in safekeeping. Well, I don't think the rules actually discussed the status of an inmate in a prison. It just discusses an inmate. And as long as he's within the four walls of the prison and he's under their control, he's considered an inmate, whether he's on safekeeping or not. So to keep him in solitary confinement for 13 months, when they, in their own written handbook, has a limit on how long someone can be kept in solitary confinement. Plus, they do have video footage of him every single day. So I don't know where that is in the process, but I do believe that Kathy Allen currently has a civil case that should be being filed.
Should be.
Yeah, and taxpayers will, and the taxpayers will pay for it. That is, and that is why in situations like this, it is an absolute. You are in an absolute position of desperation once you've been convicted, because at that point, the law does not work in your favor. And that is why it is so important that Rick should have been permitted to put on a defense, because at trial, it's the state's burden to prove someone is guilty.
Yeah.
And the defense can put on whatever evidence they can to counteract it. However, once you become convicted, you are then responsible for proving your innocence, be above and beyond what you would think a normal person would be required to do. And that's where, on your direct appeal, you are literally handcuffed to the trial attorney who tried your case, who defended you, because it comes down to the errors that they make or didn't make when the appellate court reviews an appeal and they say, well, it doesn't meet the burden that the attorney failed to do her due diligence, that prejudiced you. So you're dealing with all of these other factors really that are outside of the scope of the actual case. It's now about the legal wrangling until you get into post-conviction. Post-conviction is almost like the opening of a new reinvestigation where you can bring in and point the finger at your trial attorney if they made a mistake. You can present new evidence. You can put people on the stand if you get an evidentiary hearing to convince the judge that you're deserving of a new trial. But you are fighting a major uphill battle from the time that you get convicted to ever getting a chance to getting back in front of a judge again.
We just got shut down again.
Huh?
We just got shut down again.
At work?
Yeah, something's wrong with our current. The county keeps coming in and pulling the permit. And the guys are all fucking pissed right now.
Oh, the construction site?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I've learned some very creative ways to use the F word working in this office. Just sitting in here listening to them.
Well, I'm in the chat. I'm sure that if Kathy pursues the civil case, that they'll get their hands on all of that and all of the video footage from him being recorded in his cell, which I'm sure isn't pretty. So, well, we've been on here for about 2 hours. So I'm going to let everybody go. I'm going to start dinner.
I've got to go patrol. I don't want to be in this office anymore. I'm going to go sit out in the field, post up with an ice box and hand out water.
If you guys haven't went over onto the community page and thought of a good question, do so. Because I'm taking all of those, I'm going to take those down and have them prepared for Dr. Silkman and Andrea Burkhart for Saturday. Please hit the like button on your way out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little review and conversation about Rick Allen's so-called confessions.
Yeah, confessions is a big word.
You're welcome, V. Thanks, you guys. You're all welcome. Thank you. Hit the like and subscribe, guys. We will see you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we should do a Friday Night Live.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to you.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Bye, guys.
I'll call you here in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.